dirty filter bowls, hand wash filter bowls, machine wash filter bowls. I was having problems with my pump. It didn't have like a strong water flow because last year when I changed the filter bowls, I did not know that you're supposed to hand wash them. I was just back washing them, and back washing them would only like clean a little bit, but not the entire thing. So when I find out, I was a little bit disappointed because, you know, I thought it was gonna be better than sand, but supposedly filters better than sand, but now every season I have to take them out and hand wash them and then throw them in the washing machine. So I'm gonna show you guys the process. Right here I'm covering the return and the skimmer. You gotta also make sure the pump is off and the filter is in the closed positions, so we're gonna remove all the water that's in the filter before we take it apart. Make sure to speed up the process when you open up the filter. Also take the gauge off, so it will speed up like the emptying, like taking all the water out. You guys saw there I had the return cover and the skimmer cover. Now taking all the water out, and right here I'm removing the gauge, so it kind of let air goes in and it empty the filter faster. Okay, here I'm reapplying Teflon to the pressure gauge because it was damaged. If you want to see how I fixed this water gauge so you don't have to buy a new one, I'll put the video down in the description. But here, after I fix it, just reapplying Teflon, and I'm going to put it back. Okay, here I'm rescrewing the water gauge, pressure gauge, I mean. Okay, now I'm taking off the hose that connect the filter with the pump, checking on this rubber gasket. We're gonna be applying some silicone lubricant to it when we put it back on, and replacing the Teflon tape. Now I'm removing the brackets that hold the multi-port valve, so we could start taking out the filter bolts. I'm sorry for my pronunciation, guys. You guys, here you're gonna give it a little twist, just a little bit, and then pull up. You see it right there? Just a little twist and pull up. I was gonna take this whole thing apart, but it's very stuck together. So what I did here, I'm gonna leave it on and just kind of lean the filter and start taking off the bolts one by one with a glove and put it in a bucket. You guys see here, I'm trying to figure out why the tube that goes inside the filter, it was very stuck, it wasn't coming out. But you guys see here, look at those filter bolts, it's nasty. So now what I'm going to do is use this bucket and the gloves and start taking them apart. When I first changed this, I did not know I was supposed to be hand washing this like every probably 2 months, or every, washing at least twice a season. This time it's been 2 years that I haven't washed. I was back washing, like if I had a sand in the filter, and I did not know that they do not clean very well with the backwash. So, and I was experiencing like low flow from my water pump, and I was doing checking it, just kind of fixing everything I could, and it still didn't work, didn't fix anything. Then I said, you know what, I'm gonna take this apart and check this filter bowl, and look what I found. Look, this is just nasty. Then I did some more research, and you're supposed to be cleaning this at least once every season. So that's what I'm gonna start doing now. Now look, guys, I bring this inside, and I'm gonna show you how, just by hand washing, how much it changed. Look, just throw some water and kind of squeeze them and let them fill up with water, and then squeeze them, and that's gonna remove all the nastiness. Look at that. Just a couple squeeze and look at the difference. And after that, I'm gonna put it in a bucket, and then I'm gonna use those bags where you put your dirty clothes, and that's what I'm going to use to put it in the washing machine. And just to wash it, I'm just going to use vinegar, no soap, nothing. Just I'm gonna put vinegar where you put the softener. You put vinegar, and that's it. And just watch it in a normal cycle, probably for an hour, and you'll get the best results. Right here, what I'm doing here is just throwing everything here and gonna hand wash them and put them back in the bucket. And then after that, I will put them in the washing machine. As you guys see here, it's gonna be a long day. It's a long process because this thing gets annoying. I have a lot of these filter bowls, so it took me about like hour and 15 minutes to wash all of them. As you guys see here, look, at the beginning I was taking more time because I didn't get like the rhythm, but as I started doing it, I became better at it and I was doing it faster. And I did it in 2 washes. I did half of it because I had 2 buckets of this full of filter bowls. Now, while I was washing some of them, I came back and start spraying the filter to remove any dirt and anything that's nasty inside of it because of the filter bowls being so dirty. And now, as you guys see here, I'm going to clean this up and replace the Teflon tape on those connectors. You guys see here, putting back the filter bowls. Look how white and clean they are. I had to have my cousin come back and help me because it was so many. I was tired of cleaning those filter bowls. But finally we got it done, and hopefully now we're gonna do it every season. I was thinking in going back to sand, but I'm gonna give it another shot. Maybe when the pool season is over and I close everything up, it will be easier because I'll take everything apart anyways. So just take them out and I don't think they will be as dirty, because there's not gonna be any mold or anything. They're gonna be basically just whatever they catch over the season and clean, because the pool is always running and with chlorine and everything. So I think it will be easier just to take them out and just throw them in the hand washer, in the washing machine. And we're gonna give it another shot, see how it feels, because like this wasn't good because I had the pool already open, and that's when I find out. So it was a lot of work, and you see how dirty they were because I never knew I was supposed to hand wash them. But we'll see how it goes for next season. Now I'm putting everything back on. You guys see here, and I'll show you in a little bit how to clean those connectors again. Okay, now I'm putting back the bracket to the filter, and then I'm gonna use a brush, like one of those plastic brush, to start cleaning all around those connectors, because to remove all that old Teflon tape, I'm using this soft brush, as you guys see there, because the Teflon tape is very in there, like in pieces. So taking my time here to make sure you remove everything. Don't just be lazy, and if you see a little bit, start doing it again. Now you gotta make sure everything is off. And then I'm using for the rubber gasket, I'm using Magic Lube. It's a silicone lubricant made for O-rings, impulse connectors. So if you want to use that, you can feel free and look for it. You guys see here, that's the one I'm using. Also, make sure you clean the housing for the rubber gasket, because a lot of times there's dirt in there and like build up. So make sure you clean it with the brush, take it apart, and just put a little bit of lubricant on your fingers and work it around the gasket. Doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit. Just make sure the whole gasket is like wet, it goes on everything. You don't have to put a lot. And now I'm gonna start putting the Teflon tape on the connectors, and that should be it for this connector right here. Make sure you go you guys see there, going in the direction that I'm gonna be tying up the union, because if you go the opposite direction, when you start getting the connector tight, that is gonna start removing that Teflon tape, and you want it is to get it more tight. As you guys see it, it's going the same way I was putting the Teflon tape, so it's gonna have a good connection. Because if you do it the other way, you're gonna have a mess. Also, I'm taking, now that everything's off, I'm gonna remove the gasket from the pump and do the same thing. Here I got the gasket out, and I'm applying silicone into my fingers and then just rubbing it on all the gasket, and then put it back on. And also, when you put everything back on, don't forget you have to prime the pump again. The way you do that, remember, I have to take off all the skimmer cover and the return cover before I even turn on the pump and everything. So watch, I put here the lid on top of the pump. Now after you remove everything and water is coming out, you gotta open it up until you see water come off the pump, and then you close it, and that's it. That's priming the pump. That's all you gotta do. Then after that, I'm gonna put the multi-volt to backwash and start the pump, because I wanna just kind of, in case there's something going on there with the filter balls and everything, I'm gonna throw some water out before I put it to filter. So just to be on the safe side. So you guys see here, connect everything, put it to backwash, then put it to rinse a little bit, and to filter, and that should be good. And now, thank to God, now look, the pump is working properly.